Bro, it's cold. What's going on, YouTube? For those of you joining us after the fact, we're doing our final step to getting our BMW perfectly happy today. We already did a fuel injector, we reprogrammed it, it's running great. Now we need to do spark plug. Our old fuel injector fouled up the old spark plug way beyond what it should have been. So it's gonna do a simple spark plug. Should be pretty chill. It's probably gonna rain soon, so I don't have a whole lot of time. But I figured I'd live stream. So for those of you joining live, welcome. And for those of you joining after the fact, utilize the fast forward button to get to the point. If you need to do a spark plug on your Beamer, it should be extremely easy. If you have some basic tools. So here's our spark plug. If we can get this open. Just cut it. It already is like wet and rainy out, so let's not take too long. This one little guy, we got a slight misfire, but this will fix everything. So let's jump into it. Now, I don't have a mic on me today, so I got to remember to like kind of stay here. So let me go grab some tools and I'll be right back. I think this is all we need, is just a simple toolbox. Actually, mount y'all up so I can move around. See if we can pop this in. And there we go. It's kind of a pretty fall day. The leaves are finally starting to come down, but they're not in abundance yet. So here we go. Again, for those of you just joining, we're in our final step of fixing our BMW. We just need one little spark plug. Oh, and we can go from there. I guess if you haven't seen how to get to that, let me show y'all. What's up, Raj? How's it going, man? BMWs are actually pretty easy to work on. They're not as, I mean, it's intimidating because it's a Beamer, but trust me, this is start finish, how to do a spark plug. You come over here, there's a plastic tab and two little clips that just unclip. Do that on both sides and you start taking apart. It's like a Lego. Cars are like Legos now. Just nuts and bolts and putting it back in the right spot once you remove them. But BMWs, the reason people don't like them is because you need a little more maintenance. And there's a lot of nuts and bolts. Like Don Bro. I don't know what you mean. But yeah, so plastic tab here, plastic thing there. We got a 8mm size thing for our cabin filter. So an 8mm socket will pop that off real fast. I'm missing an 8mm socket. I bet you it's in the car. I'll bring you all with me so you can actually hear me. I know it's a little bit hard. Yes, this is America. It's New Hampshire. The leaves are starting to change. Such a pretty time to work on cars. We got a bunch of them to work on. It's a little chilly though, so maybe not the best time to work on cars. It's all we need, just a little 8mm screwdriver. Pop this right off. These 4 bolts. These should just come right out. And there are these little rubber tabs you got to disconnect on the side. But it's a pretty easy job. Let's pop this out. There's 2. 3. So if you ever have a cabin air filter needs to be done, super easy. It's just these 4 little bolts. Those 2 plastic tabs we popped off. And then this last one will give us access to our filter. I've had a pretty good morning so far. I hit the gym. Here's our filter. With my buddy Eric, who just got back from college. By the way, this is ridiculously easy to pop off. That side and that side. All these plastic things, you just grab under them and pull. They clip straight out, and then this just lifts up and pulls out. Maybe you want to disconnect this thing, whatever that is. Maybe there's like a tab or something I can press on and release that. Yeah, hang on. I need 2 hands for this. But I hit the gym with my buddy this morning, and then we went and got this place called Donut Fresh. Donut Fresh Coffee. It is the best coffee I've ever had. And it's like 10 minutes from my house. This is a nice and easy trip. A good lift. We hit back today. Back days are always a good day. We did some arms too. So, all right, so now that we're here, all we have to do is remove 3 bolts, and I mean, we're right at the spark plug. So it's like ridiculously easy to do this. Even a valve cover job we did on the BMW. I didn't live stream it, but it was not hard. These cars are not as hard to work on as everyone says they are. You just have to have a little bit of patience and a couple tools. There are some. That's I guess that's the annoying part of a BMW is there are some specialty tools you need, but they're not. It's really not that bad, man. We're 6 minutes into the live. Hey, do you like cheeseburgers? Cheeseburgers are phenomenal. Yeah, I love cheeseburgers. I sort of like smash burgers. Smash burgers even more though, because my girlfriend is like a smash burger fanatic. She's got a whole video of her eating smash burgers for the last 3 years. But yeah, these BMWs are not hard. They're literally like Legos. 3 screws. Pop this off. Our whole engine cover pulls right out. Set that to the side. And now we can see our spark plugs. Do you like cheeseburgers? Raj, how's your day going? So these are our spark plugs. And we just replaced our fuel injector on cylinder 4. So we go 1, 2, 3, cylinder 4. So this is where we got to remove a spark plug. There's a little trick you can use to pop these out extra easy. You just take like a little something, anything, just a piece of metal, go through this loop, you just pull and they pop straight out. But let's move that first. All right, so under here, pull, make a little pop. There's our coil pack for cylinder number 4. And if we look down in here, we can see that little round thing. That is our spark plug. So now we got to get a spark plug socket, which is nothing special. Excuse the mess. We're moving soon. This is my new toolbox. I think my spark plug sockets are in this drawer here. There's like a hole right here. These BMWs need these like weird sockets where there's a lot of different heads on them. So if you're going to do a BMW, make sure you get a 14 millimeter 12-point socket. That's the right one. I don't think a 6-point will work. Then we need a ratchet, which should be right there, but it's not. Let's grab this. That's all we need. This will be a breeze. What's everyone up to? Right now for me, oh, that's a workout. Hang on, let me show you the time real quick. For me, it's 2:52. It's about to start raining. And it's cold. I think it's 50 degrees out. So we just take this, plop it down in there until it connects, and then just twist it right off. So 3, 2, 1, a little bit of force, and then that's it. Now we just have to hand spin this baby out. Should not be harder than twisting with your hand. If it is, then it probably got stripped, and that's not good. That's a much bigger problem. Let's spin this out. Take a look. here. Almost. These little spark plug tools have like a rubber gasket in them to hold the spark plug. All right, so we can see we have a little bit of burning. That's actually not bad, and I really hope that this is the reason that the cylinder is misfiring, because if it isn't, there might be a bigger problem. That's okay. So here is our new one, so you can see the difference. So this is a good spark plug. You can see everything's clean, nothing's burnt, all the connections look good. And our old spark plug has a lot of scorching on it where there was unburnt fuel. So they're supposed to be the exact same type. They look the same. The coloring's a little bit confusing because of how scorched it is. It actually doesn't look like the exact same one, even though the model number is the same. ZGR6STE2, Germany. I mean, it literally is the same spark plug. So we're going to pop this off. This little rubber gasket, and they're just going to hold this one on. Pop this back in. For those of you just joining, we're fixing our BMW. We're removing the old spark plug and putting a new one in on cylinder number 4. And we're only 11 minutes in and we're already here. So when you put a spark plug in, you're just going to let it sit to the bottom, and you're going to hand twist it until it gets snug. You do not want to over torque a spark plug, especially on an aluminum motor, and BMWs are aluminum. I learned that the hard way because I broke off some bolts doing a valve cover change. So all we're going to do is twist this thing in until it gets snug. Then we're going to take our 3/8" socket, which we're almost there, and just give it a little bit of a turn. I'll show you how much force we're going to use. It's not going to be much, just enough, again, to make sure it's snug. So here we go. So we're going to take this, hook it up, and we're going to make sure it's seated. All right, now it's seated. It's bottomed out. Remember, this is aluminum. So we're going to take it, close grip, and we're just going to twist like that. Maybe a little bit more. That's it. We don't want to go any tighter than that because we could risk stripping the threads. Spark plug does not really need to be in there that tight. It just needs to be firm. So from here, we're going to take our coil pack, put this right back in. There's this little space here, this little slot that this rubber part sits in. This is just going to slide straight down into that groove. We're going to take our connector, which just push it in as far as you can, then lock this down. Click, and we're all done. So that's all it is. Spark plug, super easy on these cars. Should not take you more than, if this is your first time doing it, it might take you half an hour total to get the car apart and get it back together. But if you've done this before, well, I guess if you're watching this, you might have not done it before, but it is a pretty easy fix. So I take our old one and put it back in. I'm gonna go grab the key. We're gonna start the car, and we're gonna hope and pray that there's no more misfires. I'm gonna leave everything off. Nah. Let's put it back on. Let's put it back on. No point in not putting it back together. Again, BMWs, they're like Legos. Like, they're not that hard. All right, first things first, we need our valve cover, or our engine cover. This thing just slides right over. Like that. I think I put it on backwards. Nope, I didn't. Slides right over. Screw the bolts back down. This will take just a second. One screw. 2 screws. 3 screws. After this, we might go ahead and pull up the Corvette and start ripping apart the motor on that, because there's quite a few repairs I need to do to that car. And while it is supposed to rain today, it's so nice out that I kind of don't even mind. I might just do like a plastic bag trick so I don't get water on the motor, and go from there. So if you guys want to see the Corvette, whether they're going to continue the live or we're going to switch it up, and we're going to start working Corvette. That's our 400 wheel horsepower C5 Corvette. It's a 6-speed. It's not a buggy. What we're working on right now is a BMW 335 Xi, so it's all-wheel drive. We paid $600 for this thing, and we're trying to fix it as cheap as possible. This is our just regular Jetta. Oh, this Volkswagen? The Volkswagen is just a regular Jetta TSI that we've dumped black. Okay, you mean the four-wheeler, or you mean the Corvette? Back. What you call it? I don't know. If you're referring to the Corvette, this thing here, this is just a Polaris. It's just a Polaris four-wheeler. That's what y'all are resting on. This is green. Oh, yeah, no, it's just a Polaris 570 Sportsman. Just a four-wheeler. This thing's fun. I mean, it's pretty quick, but yeah, that's all it is. That's our 270 horsepower Jetta. We just did some rims on it and just went back to factory headlights. And then this is our $600 BMW. So that's done. Next up, we're gonna plug this back in. This is mad easy here. We just go up. This is going to go against that rubber gasket. Going to go in a groove. And then it's just going to push in and set down. And then these are going to line up and slide in, these little plastic tabs. There's 3 of them for this first piece, which I can't quite get, so let me seat this. A little bit hard with one hand. Almost. Come on. Well, that's like a tease. It doesn't want to go in. Let me set y'all down so I can actually squeeze this in. So this little tab here has got to go on this. Again, it's just like a Lego, but for some reason this is like a difficult Lego set. Come on, baby, please. Please, why won't you go in? All right, let's just restart this. You know what? If I can't, no, I gotta get it. I gotta get it. Come on. Okay, there we go. All right, it's on. Oh, well, that was way too hard. So those 3 tabs go in, and then this one, it just slides right in on top. Boom. Now we have that back together. Here's our cabin filter. My name is Panjet from an area in London called Limdonco West. That's kind of cool, dude. I noticed a lot of people, by the way, cabin filter slides into these 2 holes. And then there's 4 screws to screw it back in and lock it down. So it filters our air. That's kind of a cool spot. I'm America, New Hampshire. Place in Milford, New Hampshire. Just a little town. Really pretty this time of year. We just had this thing called Pumpkin Fest. It's probably the biggest event that our town does. And it's a lot of people. We all get together in the middle of our town and we just celebrate our town. We all get together. We do a pumpkin lighting. The great pumpkin drop. Someone like in the Olympic Games grabs this big old torch and they run down and they're being escorted by motorcycles. Everyone in the crowd gets all excited. It's like the Olympic Games, but for October, for Halloween. And they run and they light the pumpkin, and the pumpkin like drops from the town hall all the way up, and then it lights up, and that's Pumpkin Festival. It's literally just like the lighting of the pumpkin to celebrate fall. It's a cool thing we do in our town. You do anything like that in London? I don't know if you guys have any events like that, video what, but that was the highlight of this weekend. Was Pumpkin Fest for me. Just kind of cool that we have a community here that can do that type of stuff. Just enjoys getting outside and enjoying each other. You know, it's not too common, I feel like, for towns to actually do big events like that. So all I'm doing is just screwing these little screws back in right now for the air filter. All these are stripped. Previous owner, for some reason, was just like didn't, or maybe it was a service tech when they did this, they didn't think about the fact that they're screwing in plastic and they got it way too tight. All right, so we're all back together. We just have our plastic tabs that go back on. There's a rubber grommet that's going to slide into the piece we just put in. There's supposed to be 2 plastic pieces that go on there to kind of hold everything together. You don't need those. They're not that big of a deal. I'll plug our sensors back in real quick before we lock everything down. There's one sensor plugged in. Plastic tab. I think this one. It's this one goes here. Again, like a giant Lego. Man, these things are so easy. We got one more little tab here. I want to thread that through, and this just clips right on top. I don't have any clue what that actually does. I just know it goes right there. This is the rubber tab that needs to be clipped in. Hold this down, and then we have our last plastic piece. This is just to prevent water from getting on stuff. And this is super critical on BMWs. It makes your car quiet, but more importantly, it keeps all the water from getting into your spark plugs. Because when I bought the car, the spark plugs had a crap ton of water in it. So I know some people take those off on their cars for a little bit more engine noise. Don't do that if you have a BMW, particularly this BMW, these 335s, the N54 motor. It's so bad for them, and that's what caused a lot of the issues with this. All right, we're almost back on. I'll set this down so I can clip it in. This is like a tough little Lego bit here. I'm not sure what I'm missing. This is gonna go under. And that clips in on that side. Yep, and this clips over on this side. Come on now. Something's getting in the way. Oh, it's our cable. Got our rubber grommet here. Holds it in. All done. Whole car is put back together. We're 22 minutes in. We could have done it 15 if we were just trying to get it done. Easy job. Super, super easy job. No screws left over. This was for our Volkswagen. We broke one of the headlight brackets. So now that that's all put back together, let's grab the key, fire this thing up, and see how well or not well it runs. I actually don't know where the key is, but I'm hoping it's on my bed, which it's not. It's not here, not there, not under that. Okay, unfortunately I only have one key for the car right now. So if I misplace it, kind of get cooked. Sort of jet a key. We might run into a little bit of a problem actually finding the key here. Don't mind that. New Hampshire is a pro-gun state, so you can legally at 18, you can go to the store, buy a gun, register it to your name at 18. You can open carry that gun in town or wherever legally, and you don't have to have a license for it. That's one of the perks, or I guess freedoms, of New Hampshire, New England. Our whole motto is live free or die. So a lot of people up here, a lot of people I know lean into this whole thing. I'm from New Hampshire. And yeah, the Jet is a 1.8. So a turbo 1.8. This thing sounds gnarly. I'll turn it on for you in a minute and see that. Let's just check here real quick. I know I got a lot of stuff in this car. Been pretty busy. I haven't had time to clean anything out. Maybe I left the key in here for some reason. It's not the key. Not the key. Okay, so we're in a little bit of a pickle trying to find this BMW key. Whoops. Again, I would typically just leave it hanging up, but it looks like in my recent endeavors, We did not do that. I wonder if I left it in the car, in the Beamer. We'll check there next. This is also a downside of only having one key, is not having a spare is kind of tough. That's easy. I know where to find it. It's in the last spot you put it. Yeah. Okay, JJ. Okay. Maybe it's in here. It would be in the last spot I put it, but I don't know where I put it. We got the Jetta key. If y'all want to hear this thing fire up real quick, this thing sounds gnarly. I'll fire this up, show you how freaking good this thing sounds. All right. Tune Jetta 1.8. Prepare your eardrums. Not bad. My parking brake wore out recently, so it's just gonna roll if I push it. The best part about this is typically the intake noise. When it's cold, for whatever reason, it sounds so good, but when it's hot, it don't sound so good. So let's see if we can get some intake noise here. This is the engine bay, by the way. It actually looks pretty clean. We have some work done under here. We got a tune. See if you can hear the turbo flow. Hope that came through. I love this car. All right, we're back to the BMW key search. I think it's just in the BMW. I hope it's just in the BMW. That would figure. All right. It's our programmer, flashlight, center console area, back seat. Okay, it's not in the BMW. All right. Guess we're gonna go on the BMW key hunt. For those of you live, I'm sorry. I wish I knew where my key was so we could actually test out the misfiring issue. Give that little BMW a run and see what it does. It's working now. But I just don't know where the key is. Hey, Mom, you know where the BMW key is? In my bathroom on the right. Nope. Nope. Maybe it's in her fancy jacket. Nope. Yeah, I thought it was too. It's not.
But you cleaned up, so why'd you move everything?
Well, I'm trying to figure it out. You're live, by the way, so.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I covered you up. Ah! It is in our jacket. All right. Let's see how this thing works. And then we're going to see if the Corvette wants to work. All right. So that rattle you hear is a turbo wastegate rattle. That little, oh, you see that smoke? Condensation? Huh. Interesting. But yeah, there's a little bit of wastegate rattle in here. That's from the turbos getting old. Sounds like a chain flopping back and forth. It's just a little metal rod that goes into the turbo with 2 nuts on the end. And as that wears out, the rod starts to rattle on startup on these. And it sounds terrible, but there's a trick where you can tighten those 2 little bolts on that rod to make it go from loose to firm again, and all of that rattle goes away. Hear how bad it sounds now? In a few minutes, we'll come back and that'll all be gone. So we're gonna leave this here, gonna let it warm up. And in the meantime, hopefully I know where my Corvette key is. We're gonna see if the Corvette wants to live, because the Corvette has not breathed in a long time. So if you guys wanna see that, I'm gonna end stream, start a new one for the Corvette. Thanks for tuning in. Corvette stream will be live in 3 minutes. Have a good one.